Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading for September 2021, though time is fluid. This is going to be for Pisces sun, moon, or rising. You could certainly have planets in the sign of Pisces. Many of you are just intuitively guided to certain readings. Thank you for trusting your intuition. I definitely feel like you're receiving your messages. So whatever brought you, welcome. We are going to go ahead and get right into your reading. We're going to start with the Mother Mary Oracle deck. Let me bring the lid down. Let's give it a shuffle or two. All my cards are pre-shuffled, but I like to give them a shuffle with you here too. Okay. Got a couple. We'll go ahead and take them. We got three. We have God. I step out of the way and surrender any need for control in order to make room for God's healing love to flow through me and this situation. God. Marriage. I make a commitment to a healthy relationship with God, myself, and my partner. And compassion. I see and feel others' points of view with forgiveness and kindness. Wow. So I feel like you're being called. You're definitely being called to be in your highest energy, I feel. And there may be a reason why. Well, of course, there's a reason why. So we'll read them from the book at the end. I don't know if I'll read them all. We'll just see how it feels then. But let's go ahead and bring the tarot in. We're going to use the light seers. God, marriage, compassion. You know, I feel like one of the messages it's talking about is like some battles that we get into and maybe we refuse to let them go. You know, it's interesting that's coming up because Sam and I got in a fight the other day, and I said to him, I said, you know, how many times, I said, if I lose the battle, then I lose the war. So I have to figure out, is it worth it, right? Is all the, you know, things that were being said at that moment, just our energy, was it worth it? Or was it more ego type energy, which of course it was. So nonetheless, and it wasn't really a fight, you know. But why am I saying this? I think because I had the awareness pretty quickly that, you know, this is one of that type of fight that will go round and round and round and round and round and round, you know, and will it ever end? If someone doesn't end it, right? So I did, but in the same breath, those are my words, like, you know. Anyway, Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You know, in my readings, I often feel when people show up, we don't have to have swords energy, air energy. but it may be advisable to take it on, right? Like we can take on any of the queens or kings we want to. You know, the Queen of Swords is probably at this point mastered the art of communication. You know, I feel like it's almost an answer to my fight, because I feel like, you know, she's putting her sword down, and you know, there's no real white flag there, so I feel like it's just putting my sword down. You know, she's being fed compassion right now. All right, we have the Six of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Moon, card of Pisces. If you're Pisces here, there is your major arcana. Also is the ruler of Cancer. We have the Page of Cups. You know, I feel like this queen is looking at the Six of Swords with complete awareness over what's before it, right? That Five of Swords, you know, just toxic energy. And, you know, I don't like to talk about myself in a reading, but when I do, if I give you an experience, I feel like because I'm supposed to, you know, because I feel like this queen is looking right at that Six of Swords and can see, like, what is toxic. Do I stay in it, right? Six of Swords is moving beyond that. Ace of Wands is the inspiration. It's your intuition. It's enlightenment. It's, you know, it's all that. And then the Moon, you know, I feel like there's a lot of things you can figure out at night. And that doesn't mean like I want you to go to bed and like let your mind just go over and over and over. No, I feel like maybe even dreaming, maybe even ask, like, this is, you know, maybe you're praying about it. Like, this is what I need to rise above or overcome, whatever it is. Anyway, because I feel like it's almost like I have a dream about it, and in my dream, it's really the solution. Maybe it doesn't, maybe it comes in pieces. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. You know, I'm looking at the Page of Cups, and first of all, it's definitely illustrating like your higher self, right? Your higher self, connecting to your higher self. I'm also seeing these like two hands, you know, almost spirit form, right, with this heart here. And it's reminding me of soulmate card. I just realized it looks like his heart is being activated. I'm saying he just because there's a guy in it. He, she. Someone is using their weed whacker. So I am... Maybe you're going to close the window. You know, it's funny because I keep seeing this football, and it looks like a pig above it, and I'm thinking pig skin, like pig skin footballs. Um, Whoa. Okay, those cards like traveled. Excuse me 1 second. I don't even know if I can reach them. Okay, I paused it just for a second, because those cards literally went under both the desk, and yeah, I had to crawl and get them, and then I shut the window on top of that. I figure I might as well. Okay, so this is how they landed. This is how we're going to take them. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Two of Pentacles. And we have the King of Cups. King of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You know, and I almost feel like I got to just throw the signs out. Can be the sign, but you know, it's like, let's look at this. So I feel like someone, I kind of get this too. It's almost like between work and love, between work and love. I feel like someone's like going through, or how do I want to say this? It's like I make a decision of, and it can be a daily thing, I don't know, of work, you know, like I put my work in for self, or, and I don't know why it can't be both, but I feel like, or maybe on that day, it's all about the love. It's interesting, and I'm wondering why you can't do both. You know, and I feel like in this Eight of Pentacles, that it's something that you feel inspired to do. And I do feel like it brings you a sense of fulfillment, whether you're just beginning this. It can certainly talk about you building something like out of that struggle. You're building something out of it. Again, I feel inspired. Some of you, it comes at night. But I feel like it really comes a lot as like ideas, thoughts. You're seeing the, you know, it's like opening yourself up to seeing opportunities, you know. Sometimes, you know, how did I start this channel? Well, I went on YouTube, or I went online, and just started watching videos like this, you know, different people. I wanted to get different perspectives because I was just, you know, first time I was doing a channel. So anyway, and eventually I just ended up being me. But why am I saying that? I'm saying I don't know what I'm saying at this moment. You know, I'm looking at this Eight of Pentacles, and she's definitely looking over at the Page of Cups. I feel like, you know, again, it's like, you know, I feel like there's something I'm being inspired to. And with the Eight, this can be new. And it may be something that comes out of the blue. Again, maybe you watch a certain type of video and you're like, I can do that. Something inspires you. But again, and this can talk about time, like my time between, because I feel like for some of you, like you'd really rather focus on your pentacles. It doesn't mean you don't want love. It just means that right now you feel inspired and maybe even called to do something. And then there's those two holding their hands out. All right, well, let's keep going. We have the Seven of Wands on the bottom. I often feel, especially in this energy, right, how she's rising above all of this. Normally, this is where I'd be defending myself, defending my actions, defending my ways, whatever it is, right? But it's like she finds this meditative state and is able to rise above it. And this may be, this is the what I feel is the energy going on, right? Getting to this point. And, I feel like, I always feel like your experiences are definitely things that you can use to your advantage, and maybe even help others in the meantime. Like they're not for nothing. Okay, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot. Looks like this King of Cups is trying to connect to someone, maybe telepathically, maybe, you know, it's almost like this king is meditating on someone very intensely, that I definitely feel like the energy reaches its destination. And I feel like it's you. And for, again, many, I feel like it may be at night. It may be when my mind is quiet, like my thoughts go a certain way to a certain person. Is this good? Is this bad? Well, you have the Two of Pentacles right before that, so I feel like whatever you choose, because it will always be your decision. And, trust in your gut. If this is talking about someone coming in, it's coming from a very, again, grounded type energy. Because maybe some want this and maybe some are like, you know what, I got my attention, my focus is over here. And it feels inspired, it feels good. And I feel like, it just helps you to meet more people, let's just say, like you. And that's all good, right? But here is this king, I feel like, is like, almost like he's mastering this type of meditation where she can connect to you. Okay, or vice versa. So I definitely just feel like it's having an effect. Okay. I feel like we got all of our cards at one time. So let's go ahead and look at them. We have the King of Swords. We have the Knight of Swords. I'm sorry. We have the Knight of Swords over this Queen. Well, so the Queen calls the Knight. The Knight is about the mission, and the mission is to deliver a message of, whether it's written word, whatever it is. And this Knight is looking back. So I feel like this Queen may be delivering a message, maybe not personally, like face to face, but it may be about, I feel like it's a good message for her. Maybe the person receiving it, not so much. But I kind of feel like this Queen really has her, I want to say her shit together. Doesn't mean I have my life together yet, right? I'm on my way. But I feel like I am, I know where I stand. Okay, well, let's keep going. We have a lot of these. Well, we have the Four of Wands. So I do, I kind of feel like this queen is leaving this commitment. The Four of Wands is the marriage card. Um, but I'm also feeling it could be the other way too, because, it's coming over the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords is recognition of what was toxic and making a conscious decision to move from it, right? To move from it. It talks about choppy waters, um, but then it talks about the calm waters that follow. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like this queen is, well, let's keep going. So we do have the marriage card. We have the Ten of Wands. A lot of pressure on that marriage, maybe one person. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Knight of Pentacles. I'm just going to stop for a second because I just feel like this queen is sending out a message to someone that at least I feel like she gave or he gave, someone gave their full 10 wands, right? Which is too much, right? It wasn't a 50-50 or, first of all, the Four of Wands is energy where nobody's kicking and screaming to be in this relationship. It's what both want. This can be of, someone, maybe you've been in it for a long time. Maybe you've been in it for a long time. But I feel like the queen may be delivering that, or in some way that message is going to be delivered to the king, let's say. We have the Knight of Pentacles coming in, so, it kind of tells us that our focus is better over here, and that's on our pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles, like, it's the way, it like, how am I going to do this? And then something shows. And listen, it's a slow moving energy, right? Maybe how to get to the 10, that 10 of Wands, but it's real opportunity. I feel like it's coming in for this queen, and I feel like, for whatever the reason, my mindset is I'm putting my energy right into the Eight of Pentacles, building something. What I really want to build is a sense of independence, and I can certainly do it. And it's doing, what you're drawn, what you feel drawn to. So, anyways, let's keep going. We have the Four of Pentacles. Maybe you're doing something right out of the home. We have the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I often feel like she's the business owner. So, I feel like, listen, there may be something going on with a relationship, maybe a marriage, partnership, a family, that type of thing. And I feel like someone, and the Queen of Swords to me is representing her, is, like, I'm not being defensive over this. I feel like he's thinking about self now, because I feel like, like I've given it all to something. And listen, first thing I want to say, can this relationship come back together? Absolutely, because I feel like there is true love here. There is true love here, but nonetheless, sometimes you can only take what you can take. So I feel like this queen is making that decision, at least for now, right? She's making a change, and she knows it may not be easy, but it will be abundant for her. So sometimes I feel like these splits need to happen. Or for some, this may be permanent. I don't know. But anyways, I feel like So you're being called, or many of you are feeling like you're finding opportunity to do things really out of your home. You can look at that Four of Pentacles also as, here I am really building the foundation of me, right? My independence. Doesn't mean I won't fall in love again or what have you, but this feels like something that belongs to you. Um, and that you feel like, um, and I feel like this is also talking about time, because I feel like here at the Queen, I'm sending the message out, right? That at least for now, I'm going to think about myself. So she does. And I feel like here, this king could certainly be who's also in that Four of Wands, and like intently trying to manifest you back. But I don't feel any ill type energy. But I feel like what you're saying, and this is probably your future self, because something shows, opportunity shows, right? If you say, yes, I want to build this part of me out, my creative self, my when you think of the Eight of Pentacles, you're willing to be the apprentice going in, but your intent is to be the master, and that's what you head towards, is true success. This is all riding on the Knight of Pentacles energy, which is guardian angel energy. Takes its time, right? But when the time is right, the time is right. So I feel like this Queen is saying, because I feel the Queen of Pentacles many times, I don't know why, as a business owner. So I feel like that is an important component of, let's just say, your path, right? Your path. Okay, let's get one more out here. Or I shouldn't say one more. There's a couple I may go back a little bit, but let's look at this King. And again, it doesn't have to be a water sign. However, this is someone who is coming to the table with an open heart. This is someone who does know the value of partnership, having that person. And that's what that Four of Wands is. So that tells me that it exists, right? That it definitely exists. But it doesn't mean everything is perfect. So I feel like the Queen just is like a re-evaluation of life, of my life and my goals. Because this Queen is looking at the King, but it's kind of like she's showing her pentacle at the same time. So I feel like it's an important component. All right, so we're going to look at the King. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Nine of Pentacles. There you go. That's exactly what I'm feeling. And that shows success. The Nine of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles to me are very connected, because I feel like the ability, the opportunity comes from this Knight. And then here is like the ultimate success of it. And here's the Wheel, which is what I was feeling, like someone's being called into a certain direction. Your intuition speaking very loudly. Do you listen or do you not? Wow, we have the Ace of Wands. And then we have the Four of Cups. It's interesting. So, I'm sure this may be new love also, but I have to say, like, I feel the energy. If simply put, this is a couple who I feel like the weight of life, weighed heavily on their shoulders. I feel like someone may have, for whatever the reason, given their all, um, but they're feeling enough is enough. So there's something just unbalanced in the energy. But there's also love, and I don't want you to forget that, because there is very much love. Doesn't mean it has to be, but I do feel, because I feel like, if, let's say, I decide, because I feel like you do have the question of, do I want this? So this is kind of like your future self, as you're developing your Pentacle path, which, by the way, goes the whole way to the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, it's kind of beautiful. Um, and now the wheels attached to that. So I know that you're feeling inspired. And you may not know that, but it's like thoughts come to you, ideas come to you. I feel like this is a time to write things down. Many of us. I know lately I've been doing that. So, anyways, there's no doubt to me. Like, maybe you're sitting back, making right now, trying to make that decision. Um, and I feel like, this is the path that you're thinking. It feels like it's laying itself out for you, and that's the potential. It's not the guarantee, right? Because you're free will, but there is. I feel like there's great potential for you yourself to become very strong and independent. Maybe even a true love for what you do. You may be doing it out of your home. And I feel like, don't second guess it, because it feels very inspired. Um, you know, I feel like it's part of what your soul wanted. It's part of the journey. And, I'm not going to say that this cannot come back together again, because I feel like it can, and it probably will. But I feel like, first, this Nine of Pentacles is what's important. So that you come, and that's not to overpower anyone. It it builds you. It builds your self-esteem. It builds your self-worth. It fills your creative mind, right? It doesn't give you time to think about the woes. You're focused over here, and many of you are using your experiences, right? Whatever was toxic, and how you removed that from you. But, I know way. I don't know. I kind of feel like now I know why the marriage card is here, because I feel like, I in no way am going to say that the love has died. It may have simmered, but it's there. And I definitely feel that. So I feel like this queen is going on a journey. This king is, I want what I had. But in the same breath, I want to say there must be growth with this king, right? There's a growth with you. And therefore, if it would come back together, there would have to be growth within him too. So, and why wouldn't there be? Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there. Um, well, before I do that, I want to just take a card or two over this Four of Wands, because I do feel like this is the leaving of it. We have the Five of Swords. Look at that. With the Ace of Swords. Interesting, because that would equal up to the Six of Swords. And we're looking at the Four of Wands, which is over the Six of Swords. So, I just feel like it's just saying what it's saying. Like, there's that five. Change had to happen. There was toxic energy that was seeking in. But the Ace of Swords is truth. It's honest. You know, and I want to say, at least I feel I'm temporarily cutting the ties to this. Now, it doesn't mean I'm cutting it for eternity. It doesn't mean anything other than, from the experiences that I'm in right now, I've got to change it, right? I've got to refocus. So, so, it's another one of those readings where it shows the importance of time, because there's a lot that's going on, right? This opportunity to recreate, to build yourself creatively, and with your, I don't know, I feel like in all kinds of ways, speaking it, communication, whatever. And I feel like you'll see the growth. I feel like some of you, this, what's the Queen of Pentacles really, what's one of the things that she specializes in? And that's seeing things, like reading between the lines, seeing the details that other people just glance over. So you'd have to be aware, right? And in some way, this may be something in how you're growing your pentacles. But I feel like it comes to the energy of success. You've got to trust in yourself. No doubt. You've got to trust in yourself. And I don't know. Do we just sometimes have to let it go? So we can create a different type of life, a different type of path. Doesn't mean it can't come back, right? But it comes back in a different, more evolved type energy. So I'm going to leave it there. I feel like I'm going to read God, because I feel like the rest kind of, you know, explain themselves. You prayed for help, and now it's time to allow heaven to assist you. God's love and wisdom have always been available to you, provided that you're willing to trust divine will. Release any unhealed components of your relationship with your Creator to Mother Mary and the angels in favor of developing a closer and more trusting one. This may require tremendous faith on your part, especially if you can't see a solution to your present situation on the horizon. This card indicates that you've been approaching this situation single-handedly, trying to anticipate and control the outcome by yourself. Anxiety comes from distrust in divine order and timing, along with disappointment when other people don't follow your plans. Surrendering your need to be the scriptwriter helps you to relax and actually get better results. God has room to heal you and the situation when you allow God to be in charge. Beautiful. And I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. I feel like, you'll find yourself in here, no doubt. And I feel like a lot of you, in a way, you're looking at your future self. If I'm willing to do it, right? If I can rise above this energy, what I can do, places I can go, what I can create. It's showing you a path of true success. And it just feels like you're like a natural spring. It feels like it's naturally being fed. But I feel like it does not mix with the energy that maybe you've been with. So maybe a timeout is needed. Maybe a timeout is. And what are you doing with that time? Because I feel like the opportunity to surprise yourself, I feel almost. But, and it's interesting because this king is connected to the wheel, as is this Nine of Pentacles. And in the beginning of your reading, I kept saying, well, why can't you have both, right? And here, I feel like, well, that's exactly what I have now. I have both. And that alone may be a message. So, I love you guys. As always, thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. I love you guys. Welcome anyone who's new. And thank you for sharing your comments. Excuse the one ad that I'm putting in this month. I won't go into details, but I just feel like I have to. I feel like you trust me with that. You know, I hate to do it, but anyways, I love you guys. You know, I hope you reach all that you want to be. I will see you in the readings. Bye bye.